you picture Henry VIII, you probably see Holbein's powerhouse, broad shoulders, vast girth, glittering codpiece. But that's late Henry, and it's pure royal propaganda. The young Henry was a different creature entirely, lean, golden, athletic and dazzling. Let's meet that Henry. I'm Claire Ridgway, historian and author, and today we're going back to 1509 to ask, what did Henry VIII really look like when he took the throne? It's easy to forget that Henry VIII started his reign as a good-looking, golden-haired, fun-loving, muscular teenager of nearly 18. Yep, he wasn't far off Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, really. The proof? Contemporary eyewitnesses. Sir Thomas More, writing in 1509, gushes about the new king. Among 1,000 noble companions, he stands out taller than any. There is fiery power in his eyes, such colour in his cheeks as is typical of twin roses. That face, admirable for its animated strength, could belong to either a young girl or a man. Polydore Virgil, the Italian humanist and Archdeacon of Wells, compared him to his maternal grandfather Edward IV, saying, Henry was very like him in general appearance, in greatness of mind and generosity. By the way, both Edward and Henry were tall, over 6 feet, and fair. Edward light brown or blonde, and Henry a red gold. Chronicler Edward Hall writes, the features of his body, his amiable visage, princely countenance, needs no rehearsal. Then admits he can't do justice to the gifts of grace of nature that God endowed him withal. A Venetian ambassador in 1515 is wonderfully specific. The handsomest potentate I ever set eyes on, above the usual height, with an extremely fine calf to his leg. His complexion fair and bright, with auburn hair combed straight and short in the French fashion, and a round face so very beautiful that it would become a pretty woman. His throat rather long and thick. A few years later, another Venetian calls the 29-year-old king extremely handsome, much handsomer than any other sovereign in Christendom, and notes that having heard Francis I had grown a beard, Henry now has a beard which, being reddish, looks like gold. And Italian canon Antonio de Beatis, secretary to Cardinal Luigi d'Aragona, adds, the king is in the flower of his youth, tall and very handsome. He speaks English, French and Latin, and a little Italian. A good musician, very strong and skillful at arms, an incomparable shot with the crossbow, and much addicted to tennis. We also have images of the young Henry. A 1509 portrait shows a slim, fair prince right at his accession. And then there's the Westminster Tournament Roll of 1511, which depicts a slim, long-limbed, golden-haired young king. In around 1520, he's still trim and striking, and his early armours from the 1510s show that he was tall and slender with an athletic build. For example, when he was 23, his field armour shows that he had a 34.7-inch waist and a 41.7-inch chest. And across decades of images, the National Portrait Gallery notes the constants: a long, narrow nose, small blue eyes, and reddish-brown hair. So, in his early reign, Henry VIII was a strapping, handsome, sporty lad, over 6 feet in height, with a fair complexion, a long, narrow nose, small blue eyes, reddish-brown or golden hair, and rather good legs. What historic royal palaces describes as a pin-up prince? Think Prince Harry meets a champion fencer. That's a world away from the Holbein wall of power we all know. But we all change, don't we? If you were to make a documentary, series or movie on Henry VIII's early reign, who would you cast as Henry? Who has his looks, do you think? Please do share in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed this look at what Henry VIII really looked like before his later decline. Please do like and subscribe for more myth-busting Tudor videos. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.